So Tesla's always had this aspirational goal of growing its units by 50% a year. The good news is that now consensus is about 20%. So people have already factored in this reduction in an outlook for 2024. So we'll see what they have to say about demand. We're at about a little bit less than 2.3 million units. The street's about a little bit less than 2.2, and we'll see where they end up. But ultimately, what people are looking to is not what happened this year or might not even happen next year. It's the earnings growth outlook for 2025 and beyond. And over time, we think that margin has significant upside as they upsell full self-driving software to all the vehicles that are out there in the marketplace.
George, when you talk to investors, is there a subset that say, George, we appreciate your bullish take, we get it, we like what Tesla's working on, but we are not real fans of Elon Musk and how he has just come out here and on various social issues, and we are concerned about how this company might fare over the next few years because of what Musk does with X, SpaceX, whatever is the case. What do you tell them right now?
Well, so he is without a doubt a controversial figure. And says some things people don't like and says other things that people do like. Thankfully, he's done an incredible job. I mean, he's being compared to Steve Jobs, right? And he's probably the tech titan of the last century. So look, people know who you're dealing with when you invest in Tesla. It's not new news. He's all over the place. We're fans, but that's for us to do. Ultimately, what matters with stocks, is earnings growth. And we think there's a lot of earnings growth ahead for the company.
By 2030, Tesla might be as big as the full EV industry, if not more. So today we're talking about the future of Tesla and where this company can go. And if you stay a little bit longer, I will tell you the latest Tesla news. So welcome back to my channel where I give you the latest Tesla news. A huge number that no one seems to talk about, taking into account $1 trillion market cap for Tesla within the next year, despite many of the haters continuing to hate. Now, whenever we're talking Tesla, we are automatically thinking about electric cars, but Tesla is way bigger than EVs. 100 million miles of data is what Tesla analyzes every day. They're getting more compute than anyone in the world. And when the news media says that Tesla has the highest accident data of any other EV, it is because Tesla has more cars on the road and more data being collected than any other EVs. Now, many people bet against Elon Musk just because they dislike him. He doesn't follow their perspective of how the world should be. Many have shortened the stock and lost. This stock did 1,000% over the last 5 years, and it did 130% over the past year. I admit it is my biggest position in my portfolio. However, this is not investment advice. You do your own research. The company is currently trading at $800 billion of market cap, which could be a $10 trillion company by 2030. But even if Tesla only grows 15% per year, it'll still beat the S&P 500. So overall vehicles sold right now are 85 million worldwide per year, and this number is expected to be 100 million by 2030. Many, if not most, will be electric. Also, the EV market is growing exponentially, which means these numbers could look absolutely insane. Tesla achieved its goal of 1.8 million cars last year. In 2019, Tesla produced 365,232 cars. In 2020, it produced 509,737 cars. In 2021, it produced 930,422 cars, and in 2022, Tesla produced 1,369,611 cars. Currently, Tesla sells about 17% of the entire global EV market, and it is tied close to BYD. Now, is it important which one will make it to first place? Nah, not really. Both of these companies will dominate the global EV industry. In the US, Tesla dominates completely since there is no BYD. Tesla will sell 10 or even 20 million cars by 2030. How can they even achieve that, many will ask? Well, Tesla is building factories around the world. Tesla is also expanding their current factories. So if Tesla can achieve their goal of 10 to 20 million vehicles by 2030, and yes, only time will tell, Tesla can make $500 billion to $1 trillion of revenue by 2030. And we know about Tesla not just being a car company, but so much more. FSD, robotaxis, Tesla Bot, energy. There's so much more to this company than the media will give it credit.
Tesla is where Apple was in 2008, 2009. In terms of the sum of the parts and the software piece, this is just starting, what I view as the next phase of the Tesla growth story, hits starting in 2024. And at this point, from electric vehicles, they're doubling down where others are peeling back. I think units, I think margins actually start to increase. I think this is going to be a golden year for Tesla. At the end of the year, I expect them to be above $1 trillion. From a valuation perspective, I think this is a stock that could be up 40, 50% in 2024 because people want a Tesla. Maybe they don't want an EV. They want a Tesla. Well, and you're seeing Detroit peel back. You're seeing some of the European players. And that's why this was a poker move for the ages by Musk in terms of cutting prices, going after volumes. Now they're in a position of strength. And I believe this is just the next phase of the Tesla growth story where I don't think they stop at $1 trillion. I think there's just the middle innings. He's the golden
He created it. But there's a whole team actually running the company.
There's a team that runs it, but he is the hearts and lungs of Tesla. And that's from a brand perspective, you know, as we've talked about, I still believe right now that's a contained issue relative to what's happening in Tesla. Margins increase, they gain share, and now full self-driving, I'd argue the AI piece could be $75 per share. And I think that's what we're going to be talking about 1-2 years from now.
If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you won't miss another video. So why does Tesla produce robots? Are they taking over? Now, we have to consider that the population is in decline in almost every country. There's not enough workforce, and let's face it, not enough people willing to work hard. We hear on every corner unit is expanding and demanding more pay and less working days. Well, companies have to be able to produce and make revenue to pay bills and paychecks. Also, if we don't have enough people paying into the Social Security and other government programs, where should this money come from? When you pay into a Social Security benefit, the government does not put it in a savings account and gives it back to you when you retire. It simply goes to the people getting benefits now. Well, if no one works and no one pays these benefits, guess what? And this is another reason why you need to start investing and taking care of your own future. This is where robots come into place. Robots don't have to be unionized. Robots can work 16-hour days and not complain. It is just a machine. Robots can enable companies to sell products for low cost since there are no social benefits involved, no high-paid jobs. Of course, not everyone can be exchanged with robots, but this might be the future we live in. A world where we cut out poverty, where things are affordable, where humans have freedom of time to do whatever they enjoy, according to Elon Musk. Let's talk news. On Wednesday, Elon Musk responded to a user on X about the expansion of Giga Texas and said it'll be pretty close to the length of the Star Destroyer, approximately 1,600 meters long. The expansion launched in January 2023 with a substantial investment of around $770 million, including adding 5 new facilities such as cell test lab and a cathode manufacturing facility. On Thursday, Benzinga Newswire, Tesla responded that it has set up 55,000 superchargers around the globe. The company added roughly 5,000 superchargers in the last 4 months, hinting at a rapid improvement in the scale of development. On Friday, Benzinga reported that Elon Musk's SpaceX appears to be gearing up for a potential foray into the telecommunications sector. SpaceX launched 21 Starlink satellites, including 6 with direct to-cell capabilities, which could help eliminate dead zones often experienced by cell phone users. So thank you so much for being here. My name is Claudia. If you would like to know a little bit more about Dojo, you should watch this video next. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Goodbye.